How many women out there get to the end of the day and feel depleted, exhausted, overwhelmed, like, oh my gosh, finally the day is done, right? Only to start to realize in our minds that we get to go to bed and just repeat again the next day. So this happens to so many of us because, especially as women, as natural caretakers, we are doing all the things for everyone and everything around us and not really carving out time or space to take care of ourselves. If you can carve out 5 minutes, simply 5 minutes in your life every single day, and I know you can, this information in this video where I share all the secrets of something called the connection code, you are going to feel like you spent hours every single day taking care of yourself. The key I'm going to share in this video is about developing a personalized plan for you so that instead of finding these pockets of 5 minutes throughout our day and filling them with things that do nothing for our soul, scrolling socials, checking emails, all the things, you are going to know exactly what it is that you need in order to fill your cup in these short pockets of time throughout the day. A lot of people will say, I don't have time. I can't fit anything in my life. I guarantee you have 5 minutes throughout your day and you just don't realize that you're using them in ways that don't serve you. Because of the fast-paced world that we live in, there are now so many opportunities to get these fake dopamine hits that maybe feel good in the moment, but do nothing for us. I like to call these jacuzzi experiences. So this is when you might have 5 minutes to yourself. You feel like checking out a little bit. What do? I know you've all done this. I've done this too. We hop on our phone and we scroll, right? It's like our brain is so full. We just need and crave something mindless. And so we go to something like that. So what I'm going to do in this video is I'm literally going to crack the code for you. I'm going to help you create an individualized, customized plan that's going to work for you so you know exactly what to do to fill these 5 minutes with. These things are going to create natural dopamine and they're going to make you feel so fulfilled that at the end of the day, you're going to look back and feel like, whew, the day was like a lot easier than I felt it was going to be, or I'm not so depleted, or I feel like I actually got time for myself. I was someone who experienced this every single day, just like you. I needed to create a solution that was easy, ideally free, and again, that I could do amongst the busyness of my life. In this video, I am going to share what I like to call the connection code. Because what is going to happen when you fill these 5 minutes with intentional things that actually help you start to connect with yourself rather than relying on things on the outside to help give you that temporary dopamine hit, you are going to feel so much more connected in your life. You're going to feel so much more connected to everyone around you. Most importantly, you're going to feel so much more connected and grounded to yourself. This is going to make you feel more energized, more relaxed, more fulfilled. And I'm wondering if you're ready for more of that in your life. I'm praying that you say yes, because this is so effective and I can't wait to see how this can change your life. Also, I wanted to make it really simple for you. So I have created a printable PDF. You are no longer going to have to spend 5 minutes trying to figure out what is it that you actually need or want. Like, I think also, I don't know if you can relate to this, but this used to play out heavily in my life. It had been so long since I took care of myself that I didn't even know what it was that I would want anymore. So had I had 5 minutes to myself, I had no idea what to do with it that would feel good. From that problem, I have created the solution for you. I needed it for me, and I'm here to share it with you because it's so easy and it's made such an impact in my life. Okay, so the connection code, it's 5 different options. And in each option, I want you to think about what could be something that resonates with you, okay? So for instance, the first option is going to be getting into your body. What do I mean by that? Throughout so much of our day, we live in our head, right? We're pre-planning. We're thinking about the past. We're very rarely present on what's right in front of us. So we're very much living in our head. So first option is an opportunity to get in your body. What are things that can get us in our body that take just a few minutes and most likely are free? Dancing. Right? So if you're someone who perhaps works from home, this is where you might just turn on a fun song and move your body, get in your body, stop that repetitive cycle of thinking about all the things, and start to feel more connected with yourself. What else? Breath work. Breath work can get you in your body. A workout could get you in your body, right? There are so many things that we could do in the privacy of our own home. Or if you work in an office and you need to tap into some of these, do some breath work, go in your car for a lunch break, get out of the environment that you're currently in and start to tap into some of these tools that get you into your body. One of the things that I love to do to get into my body is to play outside, right? So I love riding my bike. If the weather is great, and even actually sometimes if it's not, my bike is somewhere that I will go to for this quick 5-minute fix. I've been on back-to-back emails perhaps, and I just need a break. So I get out in nature, I get into my body. There is also some beautiful brain activity that happens when we pedal a bike. It activates what's called our corpus callosum. It's part of the central part of our brain. Activating the corpus callosum helps balance right and left hemispheres, making us feel more focused, more grounded. So I also do this for our kids. Like if we're sitting down to do homework and our kids feel scattered, or I can just tell they're not in the mood, or perhaps I need to write an email and I'm just not feeling up for it, getting on your bike for even 5 minutes and pedaling is so very powerful. So I want you to think about some options for you that resonate, that can be things that you can tap into for getting in your body. Dancing, playing outside, working out. There's so many things, and I really want you to think outside the side of the box in this and get creative. Think like a kid, right? At some point in our lives, I don't know why we do this, but we just try to fit ourselves into these boxes. And a lot of times I just watch what my kids gravitate towards. They naturally will do things that pull them in their body. Think about what you used to love to do as a kid. I used to love to ride my bike. So that's like a very easy thing. It's very effective. 5 minutes doing something like this is going to fill your cup so much. Okay. So you've got options now for getting in your body. Say you're like living a lot in your head. It's been like a really heady day, maybe a lot on digital. Those are great reasons to do things that get in your body. Next option number 2, doing things to get you back in your heart. Right? This is such a good one. This is really about nurturing. There are times during our cycle, if you're a woman who still has your cycle, probably leading up to your cycle, the week before and even day 1 of, these are times when we are going to crave this kind of thing. Nurturing yourself or getting in your heart is going to be usually about like stillness, passive kinds of things, slow movement. One of my favorite things to do to get in my heart is to sit on my couch, wrap a blanket around myself, and drink something warm and delicious, like a warm cup of tea. This might be literally just like shutting your phone, shutting your email, and just sitting and staring out the window, looking at the trees, looking at nature. Like this is really, it's like the less you do here, the better. Again, breath work. Breath work really spans across a lot of these things in the connection code, because breath work can get you in your body, can get you in your heart, it gets you into present time. This could be something fun that you love to do that feels really nurturing and low key, like coloring. I know a lot of people love these mandala coloring books that are out. Doing something like that can get you in your heart. It gets you in the present moment. It's very easy. It's very light. There's not a lot of movement that you have to do. These are great things for us to do to get back in our body, but more importantly, to kind of fill that like love and nourishment part of our cup that we so desperately need so often in the time. The third option, the third piece of the connection code is about getting out into the world. So an easy way to think of this is just getting out in nature, right? This is about expansion. This is about expanding your world, especially for anyone. If you have a career and your career is very much in digital world, you're staring at a computer, you're looking at your screen, or you're looking through this lens and missing everything that's going on outside of you, getting out in nature is so effective. 5 minutes, if you don't feel like moving, you can literally sit. If the sun's out, put your face in the sun. This is another reason that I would grab my bike. Like if I'm just feeling like I need to get expansive, get beyond my digital world of what I've been staring at all day, getting out in the world is such a beautiful piece of the connection code that creates so much dopamine. Can you pair a couple things? Can you do like a nice meditation while you're out in nature, depending on the weather or, where you live? Can you go find a park? Like, can you spend your lunch break under a tree on a blanket? Maybe that's a little bit longer than, 5 or 10 minutes, but If you have the opportunity to get out, take it, right? This is going to feed your soul. This is going to pay you back 10 times in the energy that you've expended to take this step. So make sure you write some options that work for you with where you live, what your situation is during the day, that you can help yourself get out into the world. If you live somewhere where maybe it's cold at the time that you're finding this episode, or you're in a city where you don't have access to a ton of nature, do what works for you. So I love the quote that there's no such thing as bad weather, there's just bad clothes. So bundle up, get outside. There is so much dopamine release from cold exposure as well that, that's also a great option. It's always easier when the sun's out and it's nice, but you will come in from that brisk cold walk or time outside feeling so much better. Self-care needs a rebrand, and that's exactly why I wrote this book, The Connection Code, and it's out now. I'm so excited. I wrote this for the woman who feels like she has lost herself or just simply needs a reminder that everything she's searching for is already inside of her. Inside this book, you're going to find simple, science-backed tools to help you reset in real life moments, like in the carpool line or between back-to-back meetings, or maybe when you catch yourself unfortunately snapping at the people you love most. Order your copy today, and you'll also get access to some amazing freebies to help you start regulating your nervous system and reconnecting with yourself right away. The fourth option in the connection code is about learning a new skill. So this can be something that you do in a matter of a few minutes. More than likely, this is going to be something that you actually do when you have more time, and then you can get micro pockets of it in your day when you find these few minutes. So for example, I've talked a lot on my platform about starting skateboarding, right? So skateboarding is something I've never done. In middle school, when I hung out with all the skateboarders, I always thought they were so cool. It was something I could never do. Our kids take skateboarding lessons, and so I just decided to join in with them. So for me, learning the new skill of skateboarding is something that happens on the weekends. However, I have my board here at home, and I can go outside and do some of the little movements that I've so far learned on the skateboard that really, it feels so good, especially at my age, to be able to know that I can do new tricks. I can learn new things. The other thing that this does for me is, and it'll do the same for you, is it pulls us into present time. When we are learning a new skill, especially if it's something physical, we have no choice but to give it 100% of our attention, or else we're going to get hurt, right? So when I play on my skateboard, I can't be thinking about the email I just sent or the email I need to send. I can't be thinking about the grocery list or what I'm going to make for dinner. I have to be 100% focused on my body and that skateboard and where we're going together. What happens when we do this is we get in what's called a flow state. Flow states are when time literally stops. Kids tend to live a lot of their life in flow state. It's, time literally expands. We're fully present in the moment. And what this will do to your nervous system, it's going to put you in your parasympathetics. That translates into just making you feel relaxed and calm. This is also going to help activate parts of your body that are going to help you feel more balanced, centered, and calm. Other things that you could do as far as learning a new skill, you can register for classes. Again, this would probably be more something you would do on the weekend. But whatever that skill is that you're starting to learn, maybe it's painting, maybe it's drawing, maybe it's tap dancing, belly dancing, pole dancing. Can you take some of what you're learning in there, pull 5 minutes and play with it, right? Of course you can. So this is a really cool one. I feel like, doing something that feeds our body, feeds our heart, feeds our soul, and also feeds our brain, which new skill does, is so beautiful. So, so good. The fifth step in the connection code is about connecting with divine. So this is probably going to mean very different things to different people. This might mean connecting, if you're religious, connecting with God or source, universe. This might be connecting with our intuition. This is something that I like to do in this step. This is about activating and creating space for whatever helps you feel unconditional love. For someone, that might be meditation. For someone else, that might be maybe opening a Bible and reading some passages. For someone, this also might be getting in nature. This might be, if you're someone who uses meditation beads, right? So doing some meditation with the beads, saying some chants, saying some mantras. If you have an altar, if you're someone who's like very into yoga, you could be sitting in front of the altar, lighting candles, lighting incense. This is really about creating space. So for me in this step, it's simply about getting quiet, tuning into the messages that I receive that we all get when we get quiet, when we tap into our own intuition, but it's taken me a while to get there. So filling this with whatever helps you feel loved, safe, and connected. We also connect to the divine anytime that we're in flow. So basically, when you're fully connected to yourself, you have a straight connection to God, source, universe, however you want to look at it. So for someone, cooking might do that for them. If you're a woman who loves cooking, loves finding the recipe, you get in like a meditative flow when you cook, then this is your connection to the divine. If you're someone who likes to color and you feel completely present with yourself, you're not thinking about anything else, this is your connection to the divine. If getting outside, getting in nature makes you feel completely present, going for a run makes you feel completely present. Again, what I mean by being fully present is not thinking about all the things that we're doing all the time in our life. We are fully connected to the divine when we are fully connected to ourselves. And step 5 in the connection code is all about that easy, straight access. Again, think about this at the end of your day. If you spend 5 minutes, instead of looking for that short-term dopamine hit, scrolling your phone, which may feel good in the moment, but doesn't feel like anything great after. I think if we're being honest, it's kind of depleting, right? It disconnects us from outside world around us, disconnects us from whoever's in front of us. I pray that's not your children. It's so sad when we like turn off that communication with our children and choose to do something that's a temporary dopamine hit instead. And it turns off our connection with ourselves. So think about replacing those 5 minutes of things like that with 5 minutes of any step that I just shared of the connection code with you. So again, you now are going to have this PDF, this printed version of the connection code. You're going to put it on your fridge. You're going to put it on your mirror. You've got the examples of all the different options, getting in your body, getting in your heart, getting in the world, learning a new skill, or connecting with the divine. You're going to fill options in each line of choices that work for you, right? So your connection code sheet might be very different than mine. But the goal is by doing this, at the end of your day, you feel so incredibly fulfilled. You did not get more time in your day. You simply became more intentional with a little bit of time that you could carve out or seek out because you know how much this can impact your life. So you just took the time to listen to this episode. What if you choose to do nothing with it? What if you choose to make this episode a jacuzzi experience? You listened to it, you thought about it, you're like, that feels pretty good, but then you do nothing with it. How is that going to impact your life? Well, think about how most of your days feel when you get to the end of your day. What is that going to feel like when that builds on itself 6 months from now, 1 year from now, 3 years from now, 5 years from now? Do you want to live a life that feels that way? Do you want to live a life that's more joyful, fulfilled, connected? Do you want to not only feel so connected to yourself, so harmonious, so filled, like your cup is filled and you're not relying on anyone else to do it. Anyone else that contributes is just bonus. Or do you want to feel depleted and have that transfer over into your family, your loved ones, your partner? You get to choose. Okay, so I want to leverage this for you even more so. Because if you don't feel like making that switch in your life is enough, let me read this to you. So this is an article from the NIH in the National Library of Medicine. This is, it's called The Top 5 Regrets the Dying. And this article is highlighting concepts shared in a book by Bonnie Ware. She was an Australian caregiver, and this was around her experience in palliative care. And she basically took of all the people that she cared for at the end of their life, their 5 regrets that all of them shared, and they all had a common thread. So I'm going to read these to you. And I want you to think about this in your life. I want you to think about, is this how you're living? First regret that people had at the end of their life. I wish I'd had more courage to live a life true to myself and not the life others expected of me. Number 2 regret at the end of life. I wish I hadn't worked so hard. 3, I wish I'd had the courage to express my feelings. Regret number 4, I wish I had stayed in touch with my friends. And regret number 5, I wish I had let myself be happier. So I want you to think for a minute, do any of those resonate with you? And are those regrets that if you continue to live your life the way that you're currently living it, that you may have at the end of your life? In this moment, you have a decision to make. What are you going to do with the information that you just got? You have an opportunity. All you need to do is push the link that I have shared with you, the gift that I'm giving you for free. You need to print this connection code. It'll take you a total of 5 minutes. I want you to spend 3 minutes thinking about how to fill in those blanks for you. And I want you to spend the other 2 minutes thinking about how differently your life can feel when you implement these. In doing so, you are going to realize how powerful being self-with can be. So this isn't about being selfish. We no longer as women need to feel like we're supposed to be selfless. This is about learning how to be self-with. This is about learning and understanding what we need, desire, and crave in our life. This is about spending a few minutes every single day, taking action and moving towards those steps and those things that fill our cup so that we can help take care of and nourish everyone else. This has the ability to create a ripple effect in generations to come. And this starts with making the decision that you are worth it, taking 5 minutes every single day for yourself. We are going to do this together and we are going to change the game of life. We are going to change the way we show up in the world. And I'm so excited to hear how this goes for you. I'm so excited to walk through this journey with you. If you enjoyed this video, I would love to hear any comments, questions, or feedback in the comments section below. If you liked it, go ahead and click that thumbs up button. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss any future episodes where I'm going to share a ton more of tools and tips like this. And as always, if there's a woman in your life that you thought of when you were listening to this episode, go ahead and click that share button and send it her way. Thanks. If you're a woman and it feels like your brain has 47 tabs open, you've got the kids asking questions, texts coming in, dinner to make, work to finish, and somehow you're still trying to think clearly, this is not a mindset issue. It is not a personality flaw. This is physiology and your nervous system stuck in urgency mode. I created this urgency reset, a simple 2-minute shift using brainwave-based tools to help your nervous system downshift so you can come back into clarity and presence. Because the goal isn't just managing the chaos, it's being present for the moments that you don't want to miss. So you don't look back later in life and realize the years with the people you love or just your own life slipped by. Click the links. This is a mini masterclass. It's like 15 minutes and I cannot wait for you guys to check this out.